God. So the next topic even of conversation today is it's quite interesting, this one actually.
Yeah.
So there was a guy called he still is a guy called Michael Caine who was visiting from Glasgow, and he suffered a fractured skull after he tried to help a woman who was in distress. One punch. One
I like how they emphasize it. One punch. Guy must feel so bad for himself. Like, did you really have to say it was one punch?
One punch, you know.
Don't you say it was like 10 people on me. One punch knocked me out.
One punch left poor Mr. Caine unconscious outside of a club in Nottinghamshire. And so police have been unable to find the attacker, unfortunately. But Detective Inspector Mike Allen said it's concerning that a good Samaritan can come over to the aid of a young woman and for that trouble literally get knocked unconscious and have his life put at risk.
I don't know why I'm finding it funny. It's the one punch.
One punch. I came to help somebody and
I received a one.
Let me out. Unfortunately, yes. But
it's
yeah,
a really sad story.
Whilst we're laughing at the fact that it was only one punch that it took to knock down poor Mr. Caine, which we shouldn't laugh. But the point of the conversation is it becoming dangerous to help people in the street?
It's becoming dangerous.
It's really bad, that.
This is one of many, like loads and loads of stories of people being attacked. There was another story of a lady who, a nurse who helped a drunk man in the street because he was like, being sick, and so she stopped and she helped him, and then he mashed her up.
What?
He beat her silly.
Wow, disgusting.
Yeah.
Wow, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Was she hospitalised?
She was hospitalised.
Oh, that's so sad. So guys, we're putting out the question to you. Would you stop and help someone?
Like, if you saw a woman, being attacked or abused or whatever in the street, would you just walk on past and pretend you didn't see it? Would you stand there and phone the police, or would you actually go in and help?
Now, this is what we want to know. Would you stop and help? If you saw somebody in distress, if you saw somebody in trouble, would you get out of your car? Would you cross over the street? Would you come out of your house? Would you get involved? And maybe you have been a good Samaritan before, so we want to hear from you. Have you got an interesting story of helping somebody and maybe it went a little bit wrong, or maybe it went very well and you still have faith in the goodness of people? I'm a bit cynical, so I probably don't, but I want to hear from you. So text in on 0759 964 2626, or you can hit us up on Facebook, just search for Vinejuice, and likewise on Twitter, search for Vinejuice.
I also want to know if one punch could knock you out. The one.
That's horrible, Daisy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So Tessia has texted in again to say, I'm sorry, but was he punched by the Hulk?
Right, listen, this story is not actually supposed to be funny. It's quite an important one.
It's really, really scary, actually. It's scary that, at the end of the day, if I was in trouble, I would want somebody to step in.
Yeah.
I've seen far too many stories of people, of things as horrible as girls being raped, and it being done in broad daylight, and people being around and nobody stepping in.
Let me tell you something about me. I was in a house one time and this guy tried to get a bit violent or what have you, and I was calling a taxi. The taxi came, and as I'm trying to go, the man's like, so I opened the door and I'm literally saying to the taxi driver, help me. Taxi driver went kink, 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 reverse, and drove off. And I was only 19.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's scary.
Yeah. People don't want to risk it these days.
But then, if it's going to take one taunt to knock you out, like Mr. Caine.
One punch. And they had to put in the story, it knocked him out.
No, it literally knocked him unconscious.
Oh.
Poor thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that's really, really scary. There's been... See, I was saying before about being cynical, but if I'm honest, I am the kind of person that kind of just tends to jump in things because I'm kind of fast.
Yeah.
And so, if I saw something happening, I might not instantly go in. But particularly if I see people observing and no one's doing nothing, then just the anger of the fact that nobody's doing nothing is enough to inspire me to go and do something. But yeah, I mean, I've never jumped in. And
Have you witnessed something though? Oh, you have.
I've witnessed things. I'm fast. I tend to jump in. I tend to open up my mouth and what's going on, or try and get in between people, or don't be doing that. And then I'm one of those people. And then you would think it was my fight, the way that I would get involved. But no, I've never had a situation turn bad.
Now you know that some people would say, "Oh, Lavinia, that is so unwise."
Yeah, it probably is. But you know, because I think I've always had the idea that in my mind that, you know, I'm big. I'm an ox.
Don't play with me, brother man.
I have the might of 10 men.
I won't get knocked down by one punch.
So listen, you don't, no one can take me out. No one can take me
One punch
down.
ain't gonna touch me.
Listen, you try with your one punch, I'll knock you out. Yeah, watch me next
You
time.
need to receive a one punch from me.
Watch me next time now, open my mouth before I even get a word out, I get licked down. But yeah, no, I think that's really, really scary. It's really scary. I don't know how it can rest well in people's conscience.
I'm a person that I hate bullies, and I hate seeing people in distress. So I'm a person that would say, "Joe, quick, stop, go and help them."
You joker. So you will send your husband into harm's way so that you can feel like, yes, I helped them. You've got a story to tell the kids. Remember that time when we went and helped them? No, Joe's like, no, I went.
I gave the one punch.
But yeah, it's really, really, it's really scary. So we've had a couple of texts in about varying things. Let me work backwards. Can you imagine the force of the punch? It's awful. It's true. You know what? I feel bad. I'm not laughing at Mr. Kane. I'm laughing at Daisy laughing at Mr. Kane. And text to 5907. Would you two be giggling if it was a member of your family with a fractured skull?
I know.
Mr. Daisy Chiwoko, I hope you feel convicted.
I'm so. Why are you just pointing at me?
Because it's you laughing.
I'm really sorry. I am sympathetic. I'm sorry that one punch knocks him out. And if it was my own family, I would go to the hospital and say, "I'm so sorry, but how could you get knocked out by one punch?"
Oh, that's terrible. You know, it's really bad. And then the final one, before we go to the ads, texter 1244 has said, "Hey ladies, I adore you."
Oh, I adore you too.
We love you, texter 1244. All right, here's some ads. We'll be back in a little bit, and we'll be talking with the lovely Bianca Miller, and we'll be talking about Benefit Street.